Hello, welcome to another video. There was a video before this one and there will be another one after this one. So this is just a quick little intro to introduce some footage that I've gathered over the past week or so. Basically the update is I have a kitchen now. It's right back here. I got dirty dishes right now, but hey, I mean that comes with the kitchen, right? What a blessing to have dirty dishes again, right? So yeah, I'm gonna show the footage of all that and some footage of me cooking and see how it goes. I just ate some pasta that I made. It works great. My plan worked out. Basically just the cast iron and the pot is all I need to cook pretty much anything I need. I even roasted some garlic using my cast iron and covering it as an oven. I didn't take any footage of that, but basically I can cook again, and I got meals, and it's gonna save me a lot of money on food. So yeah, without further ado, here's the footage. Alright, so I've got the sink and the stove in place, and for now, I mean, this may be a permanent solution if it keeps working. I've just got a gray water tank down here with this funnel, which is the top of an oil container. Yep. And it works. I just drilled these holes in here, and the water, the drain is right above the spout or the neck of the gray water, but I figured I'd put a funnel in there just in case, and it does kind of dribble all over the place with the surface tension, but check it out. There is that problem too, where the water will kind of settle, but I can tilt this around and try to get the majority of it in there. I can wash my dishes in here, wash my hands, brush my teeth, maybe even wash my hair, do what I need to do in here. And then if there's a bit of water stuck in the corner, I can lift this out and just pour it like that. And now I've got a dry sink. And this this is pretty good. It's a little wobbly in here because I made the hole sort of big, but I could potentially do a little groove and have this sort of sit in there. And the tank is just hanging down. I don't really know if that's safe or a good idea, but it's what I'm doing because, I mean, my legs need to go down here. I need to be able to reach around in here and stuff. And it's better than it sitting up like this with my stove on top or a heavy cast iron. That's tall as fuck, and it's not very secure. So even if this hanging thing isn't super good, it's better than what it was. And it's down at my height, so I can sit here and cook. And this is nice and strong, and the only problem is that I can't pull my driver's seat back anymore. I can only adjust it a little bit up there, but it's enough room for me to sit and drive. And when I'm not up there, I can be back here. And yeah, it's going pretty well. Again, this is probably going to be temporary unless it just keeps working, and then I don't know, maybe I'll hot glue this funnel down to the bottom of this thing, or I don't know, it would be a little difficult to clean in there if I did that, but plus, being able to lift it up and pour stuff is pretty clutch. So I don't know, but I put some brackets down there to secure the legs. That one's a little sketchy because it's kind of lifted off of whatever. It's fine, it's nice and solid, it's nice and secure. I've got some cross beams under here to help with the stability and the grain, because this is kind of a thin. Another concern I have is fire. Fire is going to come out of here, and I do actually have to use a separate lighter or a match to light this because it doesn't spark, so it doesn't start the fire on its own. But it's as long as I'm sitting right here and monitoring it, it should be safe enough. And I've got a fire extinguisher. I've had this for years, but it should still be good. Yep. It's actually gone down quite a bit if we were to assume that that little yellow needle started all the way over on the right. It's actually evaporated or whatever this does quite a bit, but it's still usable, it's still good, still almost half full. So if I have an emergency with fire, the only things I can think of catching on fire would be like my bedding, if I have my bedding out, but when I'm cooking, I'm going to be folding that up because I'm going to need this counter space to like cook and stuff, or this. But I used to cook here, right here. In fact, you may be able to see, maybe not, it's like down lower, but there's some spots where this plastic here kind of melted because I was cooking here and the heat would rise up and melt it. But like other than that, this has never had any problems being so close, and obviously I can just tilt that forward and get it out of the way. The other thing is like the ceiling, but I'm more worried about steam and grease and stuff collecting up there. So I mean, as long as nothing bad happens, nothing bad happens, you know? I think this is going to be fine. It's going to let me cook a lot easier and a lot more convenient, you know, brush my teeth, wash my hands and my hair and my dishes in here. Another thing I need is like a cutting board, and I was thinking of taking this, which is the hole that I cut out of this to put in the sink. I was thinking of turning this into a cutting board if I can get the right like finishes and stuff, like food grade, but I don't think it would make a very good cutting board, to be honest. It's like too textured, it's a little warped, it's not great cutting board material. Typically you want like a nice block of hardwood or something. The thing I did is this. I stained and finished these shingles just to see, you know, what it would look like. I think I finished it a little too soon because it sort of stripped away some of the stain, but that's okay. It's nice and shiny now. Look how shiny that is. That's really shiny. It's still not dry. It'll get a little less shiny when it dries, but yeah, now the shingles are dark. I'm planning on using this dark gray probably for the bed platform and some of the elements in here, you know, the walls and stuff, to make it darker in here. Let me grab that hair tie. And yeah, I'll probably get a couple other colors and maybe some paint, but that stuff is really expensive. Like this one can, this here was like $8. What is this one? This is the finish, right? Yeah, this was $10. The stain was $8. So those are pretty expensive, and that's the smallest cans I can find. And I should get a couple extra brushes as well, some smaller ones and stuff like that, to really finish the job and get it done good. I didn't tape anything here, so I got a little bleed out. It's whatever. All of this stuff is probably gonna get stained anyway. So, I mean, yeah, pretty productive day. Did some pretty good stuff. I haven't even used this desk very much. I used it like 2 or 3 times, and then I got kind of tired of it because laying back while I'm using my computer, like leaning back in lounge mode, it makes me want to sleep. It just makes me want to go to sleep. But I can sit here actually and use my pantry and this, or just sit my laptop on my lap and use my computer that way. If I put something over the top of this, I could potentially put my laptop here and use that over there as a mouse pad or whatever, but that's sort of what I've been doing. Originally I was in the front to use my laptop, and then I was at lounge mode to use my laptop, and now I'm sitting here to use my laptop. But yeah, I don't have a good spot to put my dishes. Both of my dishes are in there, and then my knives and forks, or maybe my spoons and forks, are in here. I don't have any knives, just my pocket knives, but I need to get some if I'm going to be able to cut veggies and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. Alright, so I got the kitchen set up here. I'm gonna cook today. I'm gonna cook a little bit. The cast iron could use a little scrub, but it's not a big deal. That's just some bread, I think. So today I'm gonna make bacon and a little bit of toast, and I got some some potatoes and spinach for later that I'll have with the rest of this bacon, because I gotta eat this whole thing today. I gotta eat every single one of these because I don't have a way to refrigerate this. It's only gonna, you know, be able to be out for like half the day. So I gotta eat some of this for right now and some of it for dinner. So we're gonna cook up some bacon. Now the thing about this stove, get all that a little bit out of the way. The thing about this stove is that it doesn't spark on its own, so I'm gonna have to light it with a lighter. There we go. Pull this. Now we'll wait for that to warm up, and then I just, you know, put my bacon on it. Representative Slice. I don't remember voting for that guy. These are like meant to be cut in half. That's okay. I'm gonna put quite a few of these on here because it's like most of my meal is gonna be bacon. All right. Alright, that's done. Time to get some bread. I need to do this quick because my stove is running, because I don't want to have to take this cast iron off to start it up again with the lighter. But I'm gonna make some toast in this bacon grease here, and this is gonna season the pan really nice. This is the soggiest toast I've ever made. I really probably should have drained some of this oil before I did this. These are soaked. But you know what? They're gonna taste good. I might even put a little peanut butter on them. Who knows? But that would be a lot of protein. You might be wondering, what am I gonna do with this bacon grease once I'm done? And I'm gonna keep it. You know, it's pretty good. It'll stay good in without refrigeration for a couple days, especially if you cover it. Bacon grease doesn't really go bad the same way other foods do. It kind of just goes rancid, and you can prevent that by preventing oxygen from getting to it, which I'm gonna do with this plastic wrap that I bought. Once it cools down enough to put inside a little container, I'm just gonna pop it in a little container, put some plastic wrap on it, stick it in the very back where there's not gonna have any light reach it, and hopefully it'll stay good. Ooh, now we're firming up a little bit. Yep, that's a dollar store bacon, and the bread tastes like bacon. I wonder why. I really needed to season this pan, just, you know, cook some more things on it, because so far it's only seen vegetable oil and bread and like Vienna sausage and Spam, a little bit of rice one time. It needs some seasoning, and this bacon is gonna help a lot. And you know, it's not bad. This is not really a meal, but that's why I got veggies for later to eat with the rest of the bacon, because I knew I would have to eat this whole package of bacon in one day, and you know, I've done that before, but I feel like those days are behind me. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more later today. That bread's soaked up, like most of it. But yeah, I mean, this will stay good as long as I use it for a few days. Really, you can tell how good bacon grease is just by looking at it and smelling it and understanding what rancid fat looks like and smells like. And if it goes bad, I'll just throw it out. It's not really a big loss, but it's just this little container worth. But I'm not going to be doing things like this very often, eating bacon and stuff. I'll stick to the canned stuff and, you know, veggies that are shelf stable. But I just wanted to season this cast iron today. I really wish they sold bacon in, like, you know, like 4 slice packages or something, you know? That'd be nice. I also got this pie pan thinking that it could be a cover for this, and it looks like it perfectly fits. Wow. So I could potentially use this cast iron sort of like an oven, maybe even make like pan pizzas and stuff. It slots in there, doesn't touch the bottom, but when it's this way, it fits so perfectly. And obviously I'm gonna need like a pot holder to take this off when it's hot, but it also works as a plate. There we go. What a meal. I'm already feeling kind of sick from all the bacon grease that got into this bread. But you know what? It's fine. The main goal was not to have food at the end, but it was literally to season this pan and to have bacon, because I love bacon. But anyway. Alright, so some of you may be wondering, how am I going to empty this gray water? And since it's getting pretty full right now, now is a good time to just show you. So I kept the lid here. I've got it attached here with some bungee cords, just so it doesn't tilt all over the place. Take the funnel out. Hold on, let me get this sink out of the way. Take the funnel out. Go ahead and put the lid back on. And I'm gonna lift it through here. All right, let's go. Now, porta potties typically get dumped in sewage systems, so that's exactly where this stuff needs to go. We don't want to dump it out in, hold on a minute, we don't want to dump it out in on the ground or into a storm drain, because that goes out into nature. And I don't want to show you guys the inside of this toilet, it's really nasty, so I'm just gonna unscrew this. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Whew. Oh, holy shit. I just barfed from how nasty that smelled. But it's all over now. And it's empty. So this, like I said, the gray water has soap in it, and even if you use like biodegradable soap and stuff that says it's safe to be out in nature, you really don't want to just dump your gray water out into nature. And like I said, storm drains, they go out into nature too. They don't go into sewage systems. So gotta find a toilet that flushes, or a porta potty where they will take it and dump it into a sewage system. But yeah, that's how I empty out my gray water tank. And since that I'm still got the smell in my nose, since that that process definitely kicked up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this down. The sides too. Definitely get the parts that touched the toilet bowl. Here we go. Now I can just put this back in here, reattach the bungee, put the funnel back in, and it's good as new, all empty. Now this is, I think, 3.5 gallons, so it's not really very large. Oh, it's just 3. It's only 3 gallons, so it's not really very large, so I'm gonna have to be emptying this pretty often. But what I could do potentially is get 2 of them. 2 of them will fit here, and then switch them out, empty them together when I need to. That'll just let me be a little more lazy about it. Or if I don't have the opportunity to get to a porta potty or a toilet for a little while, I'll have an extra tank. But that's for the future. For now, I'm gonna set this back up.